Hey y'all, it's Liz and I'm back again with another video. Thank you so much for clicking and watching. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing a foundation. This is Juvia's Place, the Shade Sticks Multi-Purpose Foundation Stick. So I really did like their liquid foundation. It was really nice, super full coverage, and it got the job done. And I really like the shade too. So I figured the foundation sticks would probably be just as good. I've never used a foundation stick as a foundation. I have used like the Anastasia foundation stick, things like that, for contouring purposes. But this is my first time ever using foundation sticks solely for like complexion. So I'm really interested in seeing how this is going to perform. Typically foundation sticks kind of tend to be really oily and greasy, just so that they move on the skin really easily. There's no tugging going on or anything, so I'm wondering if this foundation stick will be the same way. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's going to be like their foundation, where it's like semi-matte but obviously still malleable as well. So let's just see how it goes. So I'm actually getting ready to go to a friend's barbecue for her wedding weekend, and I figured why not just try it on now and just wear it for the rest of the day. I may be going somewhere else after the barbecue as well, so I'll get a lot of wear out of this foundation today, and the plan is to come back on and show y'all how the foundation looks, like if oil, how my oil was controlled or creasing or anything like that. I will show y'all how that looks at the end of the night. But yeah, so if y'all are interested in seeing my thoughts about this foundation and how it performs, go ahead and stay tuned. But before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. We are close to 800 subscribers, and it'd be really cool if we could hit that milestone. So go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and comment and like, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright y'all, so I just filled in my eyebrows, and if you're curious about my routine, I actually have a video on my channel, a full eyebrow routine. It's a little old, but it's pretty much the same thing, just the exact same steps that I still take. And I'll go ahead and link that video on the screen and also in the description box if y'all are interested as well. So just to share with y'all a little bit about my skin type, I am an oily girl. It's really fun saying like, oh, I'm oily to normal. No sis, like I'm oily period, okay? I get a lot of oil on my nose, this area, chin, forehead, like just oily, okay? These days have been leaning towards more matte foundations, which if y'all have watched my videos in the past, like you'll know that I really don't care for matte foundations, but y'all ain't got no choice. Like I really have no choice because I really do tend to get oily throughout the day. So let's talk about the actual foundation and what it claims to do. So it's a contour, conceal, and correct. It's supposed to be a multi-purpose foundation stick, so they want you to be able to use this as a foundation, contour, and highlight. As for me, I just got it as a foundation. I don't really want any more products for highlighting and contouring. I already have enough. If y'all could see how many concealers I have, you would agree with me. I'm going to be using this, as I said, like an all-over foundation. But on the box, it says it's formulated to feel like skin. Our shade stick is weightless, multi-purpose formula that glides on seamlessly to cover imperfections while giving full definition to face. This full coverage formula is infused with shea butter, okay, and oil controlling ingredients to aid in a long wear time while providing radiance to skin. So it's claiming to be oil controlling, which is up my alley, right? And it's also long wear as well. So we're gonna see about both of those things. So let's just take this out of the package. And it just looks just like this. Like it's just like a regular tube, like any typical foundation stick would come in. And this is the amount of product that comes out as well. So it's a lot of product in my opinion. One thing that I did find interesting is that they didn't stick to the same shade range that I had for the liquid foundation. I find that kind of strange. It would have been so convenient if it was the exact same, because I really sat in that Ulta when I was getting the liquid foundation and I really swatched like every foundation shade. So it took me a minute before I got comfortable with the shade, and of course when I tried it on, I really liked the way it looked too. So it sucked when the foundation stick came out, they weren't in the same shade. So here I was again having to, shade match myself, and it was just kind of annoying. I just feel like if they had just kept the same shades, it would have been better, but I don't know. I mean, I was able to find something that I think that works. My shade is Zambia. So the shade that I wear in the liquid foundation is Kenya. So if you wear that shade, maybe Zambia would work. But actually, before I make any claims, let's just see how this foundation looks on before we actually judge what shades are comparable, right? Let's go ahead and just apply this foundation right now. So typically I go in with a primer, and today I'm just gonna be using my Too Faced Hangover primer. I like this primer, it's good. Neither here nor there, honestly. Like, I have not found a primer that has wowed me. I really have not. So if y'all have any recommendations, please let me know. So after I apply that, I just apply my Wet n Wild Rose Water Primer Water. It's almost running out, but I really like that combination. Applying primer and then applying like a refreshing kind of rose water situation to the skin as well. So let's just go ahead and apply this to our skin. Wow, I really like that shade match, y'all. I really like that shade match. Okay, I'm just gonna be light with this because if this is anything like the liquid foundation, this is gonna be full coverage. And it did say it on the box. So let me just be light with it. I can always apply more, but I cannot get over this shade match. Like, it looks pretty decent to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out with my beauty sponge. These days I just blend out my foundation with my beauty sponge, and let's just see. Y'all, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't really know where this foundation starts or finishes because of the color, but the coverage, I'm not super wowed. Well, it's not full coverage. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, it is not full coverage. Because when that foundation, like when the liquid foundation goes on, there is no debate as to whether it is full coverage or not. Like, there's no debate at all. So if I have to be asking if this is full coverage, like if I have to wonder, then I just don't think it's super full coverage. But I think it looks really nice though. Y'all see? Like, it has like a nice like finish, but then again, I am using a beauty sponge to do it. So a beauty sponge is always going to give you a slight glow to your foundation. But I'm going to go ahead and apply more. Alright, so just from the looks of it, this is a really pretty foundation. Like, it's not too matte, it's smooth, and it really moves. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more on the forehead and on the lower part of the face. And I'm actually gonna blend this out with a brush. I just wanna see how it'll do, so. Okay. Yeah, I really like the way it feels with the brush too. All right, y'all, I mean, that is how it's looking. Like, it looks really good. Looks like skin. It feels like skin. Bro. Wow, okay. Sorry. Like I said, these are like my real thoughts, like straight out the box. So this feels like I'm not wearing anything. So I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place concealer just to keep it in the family, right? I use the shade 12, and I really like the shade. It's comparable to Fawn from LA Girl Pro Conceal. If you use Fawn, then you probably are gonna be able to use 12 as well. So yeah, y'all, like, I'm really loving the way it's looking so far. I'm gonna go ahead and contour as well. Alright, y'all, so as you can see, so far so good. The powder laid really nicely over everything. The contour, the bronzer, everything has laid on nice. Yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm in a bit of a rush, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make this part of the video pretty fast. But as y'all see, I've done the rest of my makeup and I really love this foundation thus far. Like, this foundation looks great. Like, it looks so beautiful. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Like, I mean, it was just a foundation stick, and I mean, I don't even know if the foundation, like the liquid foundation, looks as good as this, in my opinion. I just feel like it just looks good. It looks really, really good. Like the skin, like the coloring, by the time I added everything, obviously I'm gonna look a little bit brighter, but I feel like it looks good. Like I love the way everything sit. I love how the powder just laid over it. Like it looks so good. If this foundation can control my oil, if we can avoid smile lines, this foundation may be it for me. Like this may be my go-to foundation. But I just keep looking at myself because it looks so good. Like I can't even lie to y'all. Like I was not expecting, not that like I didn't think it was gonna do well, like, but I just wasn't expecting it to do this well, you know. And I have not watched any Juvia Place foundation stick reviews anywhere, so I really don't know if I'm the only one that shares this opinion. I guess by the time I upload this, I'll watch a couple, but I really just wanted this to just be like a genuine, like my own thoughts kind of thing, and I really like it. And I didn't even share with y'all the price. Like it's only $16, so I don't think that's too expensive for something that's not considered drugstore. I think it's definitely affordable. Juvia's Place as a whole is a pretty affordable brand. Their palettes are affordable, their, you know, complexion products as well, so I think it's definitely something for a girl on the budget. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, like put on some clothes and head out, and as I said, I will come back in and just let y'all know how this foundation is holding up, so y'all can really see if this foundation is just as good now as it is, sorry, just as good then as it is now. All right, y'all, so I just got home. It is 1:30, so this foundation has been on for a minute, considering that I put it on at like 3:30. And so this foundation has gotten a chance to just get in sync with my skin and really show me what it's about. And my overall thoughts is that it's good. Like, it's still a good foundation. I really like it. Looking in the mirror, I feel like it looks good. But the issue is that it did nothing for the oil control. I am still oily, like I am still oily around my nose, for just the T-zone area that I typically get oily in. I definitely had to touch up. Touching up was inevitable. So if you are oily, I would just tell you, you know, go ahead and bring like a blotting sheets, or, you know, a compact powder or something, because you will probably have to touch up with this foundation. So, I mean, and it claimed to be oil control, which is what I was looking the most forward to. I wanted to see if it would prevent that. As you can see, like, my smile lines are still showing up as well. So it just didn't really do too well in that area. But, I mean, again, like how I said, like, looking at the foundation, it still looks good. I'll just have to touch up. So, and that's okay with me. Like, I'm fine touching up. That's not a problem. But I know that some people really don't want to have to be bothered touching up their foundations. So I just see myself incorporating this foundation into my daily routine, something I could just throw on for work and just be out the door. As for my go-to foundation for like glam, like stay put, you know, you put it on, you know, and then by the end of the day, it looks the exact same. This is not that foundation for me. Again, it's just going to be like a more so daily kind of easy wear, I don't really need much from it kind of foundation, if that makes sense. Y'all, it is 1:30. I am super tired. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off this makeup, jump into the shower, and go to sleep. I'm exhausted and I have to be up early. I don't know why I do this to myself, but by God's grace, I'll wake up on time and be energized. Y'all say a prayer for me. But thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and comment. Let me know what y'all think about this foundation. If you've tried it out yourself, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the way that the foundation looks on me as well. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and like this video too, and I will see you guys in my next one.